We just walked out of that interview. It's absolutely fascinating. It's coming very soon. We hope you'll watch.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the TV hosts and commentators who left the airwaves, sometimes by choice, sometimes by scandal, and managed to rebuild themselves online.
Like any enterprise, this is a work in progress, so we encourage your feedback.
Number 10, Phil Donahue.
I think we brought a show to daytime television that they always wanted, and no one gave it to them, and we got lucky. And
before Oprah or Dr. Phil, there was Donahue. He was the godfather of audience-driven daytime talk shows, blending interviews with often explosive debates. But in 2003, his short-lived MSNBC program was abruptly canceled, reportedly because of his outspoken opposition to the Iraq War.
I couldn't get over the unanimity of opinion on cable. The drum was beating. Everybody wanted to bomb somebody.
Donahue didn't exactly leap into internet culture, but he pivoted into documentary filmmaking and remained a strong presence in public debates online until his passing. His digital reinvention was quieter than some of his peers, but it cemented him as a pioneer who valued principle over popularity.
He would watch the news and get so upset about all the lies that they were telling.
If you're looking for one of the first TV personalities forced to adapt outside the mainstream, look no further. Number 9, Brian Williams. Brian Williams was once the trusted face of NBC Nightly News, but in 2015, his credibility unraveled. After it was revealed, he embellished details about his reporting in Iraq.
On this broadcast last week, in an effort to honor and thank a veteran who protected me and so many others after a ground fire incident in the desert during the Iraq War invasion, I made a mistake in recalling the events of 12 years ago. It did not take long to hear from some brave men and women in the air crews.
He stepped down, and though he made a respectable run at MSNBC afterward, Williams left the network in 2021.
I'll show myself out until we meet again. That is our broadcast for this Thursday night. Thank you for being here with us. And for all my colleagues at the networks of NBC News, good night.
Unlike some of his contemporaries, he hasn't gone all in with online projects, but the digital era hasn't left him. Clips of his work, both serious and tongue-in-cheek, continue to circulate online. He also narrates the pod We Interrupt This Broadcast, an audio docuseries that looks at the reporting of and reaction to extraordinary events that became the benchmarks of the American story. Number 8, Dan Rather.
The films we saw were taken by an amateur photographer who had a particularly good vantage point just past the building from which the fatal shot was fired. The films show President Kennedy's open black limousine making a left turn.
Dan Rather was a CBS legend, anchoring evening news for decades. But his career imploded in 2004 after a controversial report about George W. Bush's National Guard service.
We reported a true story. There are many questions about George Bush. Was he AWOL, absent without leave? Did he desert because he disappeared for a year? If you're an American soldier or airman in Afghanistan today and you walk off the base for even a couple of days, you have to be accountable and you have to pay consequences.
Many thought that was the end, but Rather proved everyone wrong. Instead of fading into retirement, he embraced digital platforms, launching News and Guts Media, and cultivating a surprising second career on Twitter. With witty, sharp, and sometimes scathing commentary, Rather became a beloved figure for younger audiences who weren't even alive during his TV prime. He's proof that in the digital age, relevance can be reinvented at any stage of life.
Never before in the history of our great country have we so desperately needed a place that separates the facts from the spin, distortion, and outright lies.
Number 7, Katie Couric. Katie Couric was once the queen of morning TV, co-hosting Today and later becoming the first solo female anchor of CBS Evening News. But in 2013, she shocked many by leaving mainstream broadcasting to join Yahoo News as its global anchor.
And now companies like Yahoo and ABC News, which are doing Katie Couric's show, or even AOL, are getting stars like J-Lo to come in and commit to making big, fully produced, fancy shows on an online medium.
Unfortunately, the partnership fizzled. highlighting just how shaky early digital media experiments could be. Couric didn't let that setback define her, though. She built Katie Couric Media and launched her popular Next Question podcast, carving out a modern niche on her own terms.
I have one question for you, Brian. What the hell is going on?
Her persistence proved that even when digital reinventions stumble at first, there's always another platform to make a comeback. Number 6, Keith Olbermann. Keith Olbermann has had more comebacks than a Marvel superhero. From ESPN to MSNBC to Current TV back to ESPN again, Olbermann has been hired, fired, and rehired so many times that it's hard to keep track.
MSNBC says Keith Olbermann will be back on the air tomorrow night. The anchor was suspended without pay Friday for making campaign contributions to 3 Democratic candidates for Congress.
His passionate, often fiery style made him both a fan favorite and a lightning rod for controversy. These days, Olbermann has embraced podcasting with Countdown with Keith Olbermann, where he gets to rant and analyze without commercial breaks or network censors.
This is the Countdown Bulletin Podcast. I'm Keith Olbermann. In an insane news conference in the Oval Office,
he's proof that if you're loud enough, opinionated enough, and talented enough, there's always an audience waiting to hear you speak your mind. Number 5, Bill O'Reilly.
The reason, though, McGurk, they want Meatless Mondays in L.A. is so everybody's healthier. Then you eat a little fish, you eat a carrot, whatever.
That is one of the motivations. But this is Bloomberg on blow. And why Mondays? Because of the alliteration. What's next? Tater tots on Tuesdays are going to take away Wienerless Wednesdays? It doesn't make any sense.
For years, Bill O'Reilly was Fox News' biggest star, commanding massive ratings with the O'Reilly Factor. But in 2017, allegations of misconduct ended his long reign. Many assumed he'd vanish from the spotlight.
What was the exact reason you were given or your representatives were given by people at Fox News for your firing?
There was no reason. They had a contractual clause that they could pay me a certain amount of money and not put me on the air. And they exercised that.
But why did they exercise that? What was the reason
there was a sponsor boycott?
Instead, O'Reilly reinvented himself on his own terms, launching BillO'Reilly.com and building a direct-to-consumer subscription empire. Through podcasts, video updates, and newsletters, he delivers the same no-spin zone to his most loyal fans. While he'll surely never reclaim his cable news dominance, O'Reilly demonstrated that a passionate fan base can sustain a career even without mainstream platforms.
Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We'll see you on Monday.
Number 4, Glenn Beck.
With his blackboard and booming voice, Glenn Beck used his 5 p.m. show on Fox to build a case against big government.
Does the president really think we're this stupid?
And build an army of fans that marched on Washington last summer, a crucial boom in the conservative grassroots.
When Glenn Beck left Fox News in 2011, many thought his career was done. They were wrong. Instead of retreating, however, Beck leaned into digital independence, founding The Blaze, one of the first successful subscription streaming networks built by a single media personality. He expanded into podcasts, online radio, and digital shows years before it became common.
This week, we're going to be looking at some more numbers coming out of this poll I just discussed with you. He just joined us. These poll numbers are not about who's up or down. It's not about politics or a horse race. It's about how Americans, especially those under 35 or 39, feel.
While Beck may not dominate headlines the way he did at Fox, his reinvention stands out as one of the most successful. He went from being another network talking head to building his own self-sustaining ecosystem, proving that sometimes leaving TV is the smartest career move.
Okay, Glenn, I need an hour. Can you sit down with me for an hour? Yeah, I have a responsibility to do that.
Number 3, Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly was a breakout star at Fox News, known for her sharp interviews and bold personality.
Santa Claus should not be a white man anymore. And when I saw this headline, I kind of laughed and I said, oh, this is so ridiculous. Yet another person claiming it's racist to have a white Santa. You know, and by the way, for all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white, but this person is just arguing that maybe we should also have a black Santa. But, you know, Santa is what he is.
In 2017, she made a high-profile move to NBC, but the gamble backfired. Her morning show was canceled within a year after controversial on-air comments about adopting blackface.
I defended the idea, saying as long as as it was respectful and part of a Halloween costume, it seemed okay. Well, I was wrong, and I am sorry. One of the great parts of sitting in this chair each day is getting to discuss different points of view. Sometimes I talk and sometimes I listen. And yesterday I learned.
For most people, that would have been the end, but Kelly refused to disappear. She launched The Megyn Kelly Show, a podcast and digital video series, and struck a deal with SiriusXM. Free from network constraints, she speaks directly to her audience, and many fans followed.
He is what we would call in the law a f***ing liar, because he says he has a team of fact checkers that don't allow him to say lies, and that if he errs, he'll go out there and apologize and clear it up.
Her comeback illustrates how a strong personal brand can outlast even the most high-profile TV flameouts. Number 2, Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson was once Fox News' crown jewel, pulling in millions of viewers every night. So when he was abruptly fired in 2023, it shocked the media world. But instead of fading away, Carlson wasted no time. He launched the Tucker Carlson Network, offering subscription content, and began releasing long-form interviews directly on X.
When was the last time you heard a legitimate debate about any of those issues? It's been a long time. Debates like that are not permitted in American media. Both political parties and their donors have reached consensus on what benefits them, and they actively collude to shut down any conversation about it.
His guests have ranged from presidential candidates to world leaders, proving his reach hasn't diminished one bit. Carlson's reinvention underscores a powerful truth. In the modern media era, audiences are most loyal to personalities, not platforms.
In the week since we left Russia, Moscow, where we are now, in February after interviewing Vladimir Putin, we've watched from the United States as the Biden administration has driven the U.S. ever closer to a nuclear conflict with Russia, the country that possesses the world's largest nuclear arsenal.
His rapid pivot to digital makes him one of the most viewed figures online today.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Jon Stewart.
Baby, I don't want to fight, baby.
Unlike most on this list, Jon Stewart wasn't fired. He left The Daily Show in 2015 on his own terms, after cementing himself as one of the most influential comedians and commentators of his generation.
I'm going to show you something that is going to blow your mind. Why am I the only one that's saying it? Am I crazy or...
After a brief hiatus, Stewart returned with The Problem with Jon Stewart on Apple TV+, mixing digital clips, streaming specials, and podcast-style conversations.
If we had an ATF that wasn't defunded, we would be able to enforce gun laws more effectively, and we would be able to solve gun crimes more effectively. You're against all of that.
While the show itself was short-lived, his digital presence took off, with segments widely shared online. Stewart has since returned to The Daily Show as its Monday host.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
What the just happened?
Jon is also back in audiences' ears with The Weekly Show, a podcast featuring in-depth conversations with a range of special guests.
Come at me, bro. Whatever they got, man. I'm handling it.
Which ex-TV hosts did you follow into the digital world? Let us know in the comments below.